Hey friends, I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Monday Q&A. We're gonna be, what are we doing tonight? Mailbag. You guys can check out my mailbag tonight. We're doing the 3D printing competition, the final round. The only round. This is a Q&A live stream as always. And we're gonna rail around with the 32,000 kV Tiny Whoop, which is what you guys were just watching on the little intro there. That's this local spot here, like 15 minutes for me, that is it's actually a sim place, but then they have this whole section here that they let these RC car awesome dudes build racetracks and use on Thursdays and Sundays, and it's very cool. But yeah, the place is it's got 1 through 12, either 12 or 16 really decent sim rigs there. And so yeah, it's kind of my kind of place, basically. In the chat, Riot9 was first, Bob Bruce was next, Mick Mucus, Rob Axelson, Brandon's Baked Beans, Eric Mo, Free Lojo, McConnell Studios, Punani, Frank Nicholas, Riot9, Bitter Root, License to Drive, Northern Tier, Morton Upshot, Chris, Brandon Woodford, Danzilla the Terrible, McConnell Studios again, Sky Sailor, Kevin Sumner, Denzel the Terrible, Riot9, Chris, Brian Chambers, T1 Ledley. What's up, everybody? If you want to talk directly to me, all you gotta do is type CiottiFPV Nobody has done that yet, so I can't show you. But if you type CiottiFPV, for me, it shows up in orange, and I'll know that you're talking to me. Chomper FPV is in the house as well. Streets FPV. Punani did it. Look at that. See that? You can do that with anybody. If you type somebody's name in, you spell it correctly, and you get the spaces in the right place, it'll do that, and they'll see that you're talking to them. So do it. Or else. The thumbnail is the thumbnail is Rob Axelson's attempt at the that's it, right? 9, yeah, you got to spell it right. Put a Y at the end. Good, great, grand. Yeah, the what's like the what's the most insulting award? What's like the most insulting name for a participation award? I'm gonna rely on you, chat. Well, so if you don't know, 3 weeks ago, I guess 3 or so weeks ago, I said, hey, let's have a 3D printing contest, and there was a little mount called the Mc Stinky mount. Where the hell is it? Do I not have any Mc Stinky? Well, I got them all on the floor, but yeah, there was a mount on Thingiverse that looked kind of challenging to print, and I talked to a couple of you, and you were like, yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging. So yeah, I said, hey, let's have a 3D printing contest. Anybody that wants to print a bunch of these Mc Stinky mounts and mail them to me, I'll line them all up next to each other, and we'll pick a winner, and for a grand prize of not a goddamn thing. So yeah, the entries have stopped coming in. So tonight we're gonna take a look at all of them, and I'm probably the worst person to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna crown a champion, and that champion, yeah, will be no different tomorrow than they were today. So that's what we're up to tonight. If you want some of these Mc Stinky mounts, let me know. And you gotta get stickers. If you buy stickers from me, I'll throw in a Mc Stinky mount. In the same way that if you buy stickers from me, I'll throw in a little 0.99 millimeter drill bit. If you are doing Tiny Whoop things and you do not have a 0.99 millimeter drill bit, you're just making your life more awful. Words eluded him. You're just screwing yourself over, man. Seriously, get one of these. If you want one, I've got. They sell them on Amazon, but you can only get them in packs of 10. I've got 4 left. Hopefully I didn't just take one out of here, but whatever. If I did, it's fine. So I've got 4 of these left. The way that you get one of these from me is by buying some stickers. Either an individual sticker or a sticker pack. If you want an individual sticker, there are Gangly Gang stickers here. Holographic and matte. There's a very cool little Gulf livery Ciotti sticker. It's more for me, but I mean, if you really want it, if you're really into race cores, it could be yours. If you want, and then like any of these individual stickers, you just let me know. If you want the drill bit and an individual sticker, it's $10. If you want a sticker pack and the drill bit, it's $15. This counts as a sticker pack because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stickers on it. The actual sticker packs, though, have 3 in them. This is the holographic sticker pack. It comes with a giant Micro King window cling. This is a non-adhesive, window cling. You know what a window cling is. A holographic Gangly Gang sticker and a holographic CiottiFPV sticker. And then there's a matte pack, which has a matte Micro King sticker, and then a matte CiottiFPV sticker and a matte Gangly Gang sticker. So yeah, for $15 you can get a sticker pack with a drill bit or a Mc Stinky mount. For $10 you can get any of the individual stickers and a drill bit or a Mc Stinky mount. The other individual stickers that I have are on Etsy. You can buy them on Etsy if you'd like. This is not available anymore. That one says Nut Grabber on it. That one says Never Give Up on it. Come on. You know you need a Clam Man Never Give Up sticker now that we can't play Clam Man anymore. Sad days. For all of you car freaks, you'll probably recognize that. There are little tiny CiottiFPV holographic stickers. And there are big matte CiottiFPV old school logo stickers. There's even magnets. I have this magnet in the new school bean looking sticker like this as well. Old school holographic. Cool kind of like 80s, 90s style holographic. This one is actually clear. The white of the sticker is actually clear. And then, I don't know if I have any of these left. I think this was like a misprint, kind of. I think these are all gone. I might still have some of these, though. And then there's the holographic one. And I have this in matte as well. So yeah, man. Buy yourself a sticker. Buy yourself something nice. You're worth it. And get a Mc Stinky or a drill. Get drilled or Mc Stinkied. That's terrific. That's how it works, friends. That's how I keep doing this full time, to bring you guys 10-ish hours of live streams a week, every single week until the end of time. Poo90 says, fine, T1 Ledley tagged me. What was that? Clicked the wrong thing. JC Cantrell says, howdy. Danzilla the Terrible says, got my prize package the other day in the mail. Just used my new tweezers to change a MIPI cable. You are a hero. Love it, Danzilla. What Danzilla is referencing is the giveaways that I do. At the moment, I'm doing them every other Monday. I'm actually thinking about changing it to a monthly giveaway. If I do it monthly, I can give away more stuff and I'll have to ship less. And I don't know. Every other Monday is it's a lot of shipping. I'm spending like over $100 a month on stamps.com, not from just those giveaways, but from other stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking of going to a once a month giveaway. And basically what I'm thinking of doing is just the first Monday stream of every month. Is anybody like completely against that? Like, would anybody jump off? You can be honest. I don't care. I would rather you tell me. Would anybody like jump off of the Patreon if I started to do that? Decrease the number of giveaways, but give away more stuff? Let me know. If you would like jump off, if I did that and you would jump off Patreon, let me know for sure. Because yeah, I rely on that. I kind of can't have that. I really rely on Patreon. Yeah, it's a little tight. When I was getting flying gigs, all was totally fine. But flying gigs have really dried up. I don't know what's going on. So I got to be super, super, super careful. But Jason Black says, yo, Freelojo says, Darwin LOL award. Here we go. Were there any really good ideas for the ultimate participation award? You tried award. You were there award. You almost did it award. You should be called award. Yikes. Freelojo says, or you fly 1.5 millimeter shaft. What's that in reference to, Freelojo? Is that in reference to the name of the award? Riot9 says, Stinky Wang, Mc Stinky runner-up 2023. There it is, Denzel the Terrible with the winner, the Mc Stinkiest. There it is. There it is, the Mc Stinkiest. That's for sure it. Let's just award the Mc Stinky. Let's just give away the Mc Stinkiest award right away. Let's dive right in, and we're gonna go directly to the Mc Stinkiest award. And I'm gonna come to the little bench detail cam here. I'm gonna get it all set up. I'm gonna point it downwards, and we are just gonna immediately crown the Mc Stinkiest award, and I'm thrilled to announce that the one and only Rob Axelson, who I do not see in the chat, but hopefully he will watch this on repeat, he absolutely demolished the Mc Stinkiest award. And I'm just going to dump the bag out that he sent me. That's what Rob sent me. There it is. That's how you win the Mc Stinkiest award. Rob Axelson had a really hard time trying to print this thing, and like he kept posting about it in the hold on, let me click a thing to make this camera look a little better. He was posting about it on our 3D printing Discord channel. Like, what the hell? I can't get it. I'm gonna try one more time. And yeah, man, he nailed it. He won this award harder than anyone ever. So I'm gonna remove the spaghetti here, and we're just gonna inspect. We're gonna inspect his work. This is the funniest package I've ever received. Oh shit! All right, hold on. Let me get the rest of the spaghetti out of here. And okay, come on, Silicone Matt, you're so grippy. I don't know what this is. This is just. I don't know how you know, this is fascinating. Like, you load the print file in that looks like this, and man, your printer's got to be fucked up if it makes something that looks like that. That's some jacked up settings there. But man, that's how you win the Mc Stinkiest award. Oh my god. Amazing. Rob, thank you. This brightened my day so much. We're going to leave that out. Oh, Christ. It's all flopping all over the damn place. Hold on. Hold on. Putting away the Mc Stinkiest entries. All right. So, here we go. We're almost there. Almost there. A couple more things to just get up out of here. It's just like, you can like see the progression of insanity and madness. Like, there's a bunch of like just the little base plate pieces here. Hold on, let me go to the other zoom cam. Like, there's a bunch of just these little poor guys, and then here's another one with the top broken off. And I think I saw the top piece that goes. No, I might have put it away already. So there's that guy, and then we got a little more spaghetti here. And look at this one. Oh yeah, my guy was trying to get his supports on. Look at that mayhem. So we got a little bit of that. I think maybe he was like, oh, maybe clear will print better. Nope. Oh, this one actually ain't too bad. We got another little jibby jabby here, and then back on that support game, just going full support ham. Apologies if I say anything wrong from a 3D printing standpoint. I don't have one. I don't ever want one. It would turn into a whole separate hobby for me, and it would just, I just don't have the time for it. There's another little interesting piece there. Here's another little base piece. It didn't quite make it. Ooh, there's a good one right there. Look at that one. Yeah, that looks like fucking, that's the fucking Darth Vader Mc Stinky right there. After getting just wrecked. There's a little fly that's flying around, hanging out. I don't know what he's up to. I'm going to smash his little, no, I'm not. No reason to kill him. Let him live. As long as he doesn't bite me. All right. I've cleaned up most of the mess here. There's another little base piece. This is just, this is like, you can just see like the descent into madness. So we're going to make a little, ooh, that one came apart too. We're going to make a little circle, and we're going to circle the best one. And there it is. There it is. Rob eventually got there, and he did print a successful Mc Stinky mount, although I will say it's not TPU. It's PLA or nylon or something or other. Let's see. This one's PLA as well, and it's cracked. Yeah, these purple ones are, so it looks like he's got purple TPU. This one's actually, this one could work. This one's no good. That one's no good. That one looks like Darth Vader's head smashed in. That one looks like chaos. This one has so many boogers in its nose that it's I don't know. That one didn't hold up. But yeah, he got, look at it, man. Perseverance, friends. This is what perseverance looks like right here. All right? You wanna talk about how to do hard things? It's all about perseverance. God damn it, Logitech G Hub. Can't you fucking work? All right, hold on. Let's see. So real quick, let's get the black PLA out of here, and let's just clean this guy up a little bit, because this is I think this is a good Mc Stinky. In PLA, it's just gonna break. There it goes. There goes the camera. In PLA, yeah, it's not gonna hold up. So I'm gonna put that back in the bag, the Trail of Tears bag. But look at this guy here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this guy cleaned up a little bit to the point where it's kind of usable. How do people clean up all the little spaghettis? Do they use a lighter like me? Or is this the worst possible way of doing it? It works okay. I mean, it's not great. Gotta be honest, this fly is kind of pissing me off. He's not biting me, but he's like flying up in my face and shit. I don't like it. Yo, yeah, man, he got it to print in TPU. It was ugly, and I mean, it's still kind of ugly, but that's a totally viable Mc Stinky print right there. There you go. There's Rob Axelson's best TPU entry with just a little bit of lighter cleaning. So there we go. The Mc Stinky Award, the biggest, what was it? The biggest stinker award? Captain Stinker Pants? What was it? The McStinkiest? The McStinkiest. The McStinkiest award, hands down, goes to Rob Axelson. Congratulations, my friend. You've won jack shit. You've won exactly nothing. If you want, let's have a bidding war. Let's have a bidding war for Rob Axelson's bag. There's one good PLA black Mc Stinky and one good TPU Mc Stinky. If you want this bag, bid on it in chat. In 2 minutes, the bidding ends on Rob Axelson's bag of frustration. A bag of frustration just for you. The bidding must go over $5 because that's what it'll cost me to ship it, basically. All right. Let's you know what? Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going on the 3D printing contest. I was gonna like do some other stuff, but this totally works. Punani says try pirate ship. Stamps.com is just too. I mean, they just kind of work. I'm kind of stuck with them. I'm not, but I like them. It makes it easy. Freeloader just sounds good. First Monday giveaway and 1.5 shaft Tiny Whoop because no 65mm yet. What does that mean? You're the second person to say that. 1.5mm shaft Tiny Whoop because no 65mm yet. What's that mean? What does that mean? Speaking of that, actually, the new GemFan 31mm props, 1.2-inch propellers come in 1.5mm shafts. You don't have to drill them out. I'm looking for the post here. Here's the GemFan picture. Wait, no. They're on I think they're on Weebleed. Let me see. Props. And where are they at? There they are. 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, what? Okay. Where the hell did I see him? I swear to God, I saw the new GemFan props in 1.5 millimeter. Was it on Pyro, maybe? Was it on Pyromaniac drone, maybe? What are those? 3525. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Ooh. 3525 GemFan. This is really nice. I need to get a bunch of these, actually. I'm going to leave that open in a tab. I am in dire need of those. Stay away from the new T-Motor F40 Pro 5. It is no longer a lightweight motor. It is an extremely heavy, fat motor. There it is! GemFan 1208-3 tri-blade 1.5 millimeter shaft. 31 mil, 1.2 inch prop. That is pretty cool. That is the first of its kind. I mean, we've certainly been able to drill them out, but that being said, I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah, so what, there's only really one motor for this. The Tiny Whoop iGao purple blue 0802 27,000 kV motor. But yeah, that is really slick. I'm super excited by that. Looks like I'm doing a pyro drone order. What's this? 5127? 5127. Interesting. Ultralight racing prop. Wow, there's all kinds of new stuff. There was a little bit of a lull with like new products. But now it looks like there's some more stuff coming. That's exciting. 3x2x3. That's interesting. Here are the 1003s. These are kind of cool. I wish the KVs were higher. These might be a good choice for the tiny lifters, but I'm kind of happy with the Newbie Drone Flow 1102s. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure eventually I'll get a set of these, but I'm kind of in no hurry. What else is going on over here? Anything insane? R36 prop. 90 millimeter Cinewoop prop. What's that? 3.5? 90 millimeters is 3.5 inches, I think, right? Yeah, some other stuff. Cool. Let me get caught up on Chad here. Kevin Sumner says, I use a heat gun. Lighter is reasonable too. Very cool. Heat gun makes an awful lot of sense. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention, if you need the drill bit and the stickers, just go over to CiottiFPV.com and do the PayPal thing, and it'll let you leave a note. This is my little website, and this is like the way to support me. If you like these live streams and you want them to continue, I need your support. I am completely supported by you beautiful people that watch this. If you're placing an order on the internet, you can get me some free money by clicking an affiliate link to whatever that store is before you check out. You have to do it every time you check out. So if like what a lot of folks have done is replace their bookmarks with my affiliate links. So switch your Weebleed, right click or whatever and like copy link address and swap out your Weebleed FPV link with my affiliate link. And then every time you click your Weebleed FPV bookmark, you'll be dropping my CiottiFPV info into your cart. Newbie Drone FPV Cycle, Amazon, Get FPV. Oh my God, Amazon, Amazon, like for real. I know you're placing orders on Amazon. Swap up your bookmark to Amazon with my affiliate link. Get FPV, Oh my God's website, HD0, Flywoo, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. This is free money here, guys. And the money that comes in gets used for food, someday health insurance, to keep these kiddos alive, and me buying shit to test for you wonderful people. Patreon does help me out the most, and you get the most benefit from it. For as little as $3 a month, which is 10 cents a day, you can jump on board and become a member of the Gangly Gang, which is the best gang
in the world.
there's a ton of benefits. You're going to get access to a YouTube playlist with almost 90 like unreleased edits, half-done edits, sketchy flying, I don't want to be public, Patreon-only live streams, all kinds of good stuff over there. Couple of Facebook groups that you'll get access to. You'll get full access to the Discord channel, which will allow you to get in on things like the Stick and Dick End Fund. These are boxes with every single stick end that exists that you can basically rent out from me, and then you can try the stick ends to see which ones you actually like the best, because looking at a picture of them on the website does absolutely dick all for you. And, you know, with stick ends, like, it doesn't matter what they look like. It only matters if they work well. So buying the coolest looking ones is a waste of like $30. Some of these stick ends are absurdly expensive. And there's a bunch of other stuff I'm sure that I'm forgetting. Etsy has a bunch of stickers and hardware. Some random hardware that might be super handy for you during your next build if you get hung out to dry. A whole bunch of M2 screws in all different lengths, which can sometimes be hard to find in quantities less than 100 at least. Over on Fiverr, you can work with me one-on-one. We can get you flying better. We can get you tuning your quads better and tune the quads up while we're at it. And we can get you building better. Build planning is one of my favorite things that I do with folks on Fiverr. I have a whole shitload of questions that I ask you to get dialed in on what the perfect frame, motor, prop, battery, camera, receiver, everything would be for you. And the way that you fly, what you're doing with your footage, where you fly, how often you crash, all these different things. So that you can, you know, and like we all do that, right? We all go through that process. We buy a frame, we fly it for a while, we decide if we love it or we hate it. If we hate it, we buy a different one. And that process takes years. Like, it literally takes years to find the right motors, the right propellers, the right battery, the right frame. And I've been through that, and I've spent probably tens of thousands of dollars doing that. I would love to help you not piss away that much money and time, and give you a real kick in the ass towards that journey. And like, realistically, it's the only reason that we build, right? The only reason that we build is that we can get a rig that's perfect for us. So yeah, the build planning sessions are I feel like that's the best, that's like the most value that I can give you guys. You know, you spend 30, 40, 60 bucks, whatever, half hour, and it's gonna save you probably 10 times the amount that you spent in not buying ESCs that catch on fire or motors that just don't work right because, you know, you want your hover point to be at 30% rather than 50%. Propellers that break motors because they're too fragile, because you crash into hard stuff, or propellers that are too beefy for grass crashes and you're leaving a bunch of performance on the table. So yeah, I've been in this for over 6 years. Take that experience and let me distill it down for you and give you a huge like boost. You know, like, if you've been in the hobby for 6 months and I spend a half an hour with you, you'll have enough knowledge that you've basically been in the hobby for like a year or two. So, you know, what's your time worth? Do you really have 100 hours to put into doing all that research yourself? If you do, awesome. I did. Although I wish there was someone back then that was doing something like this, because I'd be even better now than I am. You know what I mean? So save yourself some time and let me help you out. Flight instruction is a thing that I absolutely love as well. We fire up Velocidrone together, and I can spectate you flying. You can spectate me flying. We talk about tricks. I give you drills to do after the session. And yeah, you hit me with any questions that you've got. I used to be a motorsport instructor. Like, if you guys think I'm decent at FPV, you should see me behind the wheel at the racetrack. I started autocrossing in my early 20s and got really good really fast, won a couple of regional championships, and then started instructing. And I instructed for 7 or 8 or 9 years at autocrosses and track days, basically. And yeah, it's something that I really kind of fell in love with, helping people have more fun, go faster. And with FPV, it's the same thing. Like, helping somebody fly better it feels really good, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, let me help you out. I would love to. Over on Teespring, there's some shirts and some other random stuff. There's a really cool tote bag that says Kill All Carbon on it, which is just perfect to have for throwing your broken carbon in so you don't get splinters. Also, it's just nice to have so that you're not like... I feel like I always have one extra thing that doesn't fit in my flight bag. And so, yeah, it's just cool to have a little FPV-specific, nice, thick, black, Kill All Carbon CiottiFPV tote bag. PayPal is where you can send me some money for stickers and or drill bits and or just if you want to do a super chat but you don't want the evil overlords at YouTube and Google to take 30%. And then again, a whole bunch of affiliate links. And then down the bottom here, there's some fun stuff as well. Link to my Facebook CiottiFPV account. FPV Therapy is a Facebook group for folks that struggle with mental illness like myself and many others. It's not a spot to post flight edits. It's a spot to read about people's sometimes kind of shitty experiences and try to get better and try to make it through the day with us. You can jump onto the Discord as not a patron, but you're not going to get full access. And then BattleBots info will just make you laugh and some other stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Freeloader says, I don't need a drill bit, LOL. Punani says... I ship a lot of things from Pirate Ship. It's the cheapest I've found by far, even compared to stamps. Just compare next time you ship something out. What's it called again? Pirate Ship. I'll take a look. Not right now, but I'm going to open it up in a tab. They got a little pirate logo. That's fun. What it's going to come down to is whether or not they will print onto my... the labels that I have for my printer. Ouch. What's happening? I'm tired, man. I did not get much sleep last night. Kevin Sumner dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. Thank you, brother. All right, here we go. We're good. Let's do more... things. Let's do more 3D printing judging. Calvin from Newbie Drone has a resin printer, and I was on the phone with him a couple weeks ago. Or no, we were on a voice call, video. I don't know. And I told him what I was doing. He's like, "Oh, that's so cool! Send me the link to the file. I want to make some with the resin printer." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So I sent him the file, and yeah, so these are resin printed, which is really really cool. But he's not the only one. So I'm gonna take these two out. He made 3. I'm gonna take these 2 out. This one, it looks like there's a little bit of warping going on here, and then this one is just a little bit boogered up. This is the cleanest of the of them. So I'm gonna put that one over here on the left. I'm trying to keep this stuff organized. McConnell Studios got in on the action, and he did some TPU printing, and there's this awesome little sticker there. So he did TPU, and here we go with that. So that is McConnell Studios' entry. And then we've got Eric Moe. He sent a bunch. Let's grab one of these out of here. He sent a little letter. Look at that. It's not a letter at all. It just says thanks. Eric. Thank you, Eric. Eric. Wait, did Eric send... Oh, right. No. So there's the other... there's the other resin printed ones. So... For Eric's entry, I'm going to pick the same Mc Stinky for all these entries, which is I'm picking the big Mc Stinkies. So let me just find one of Eric's big Mc Stinkies that he printed. There's one. All right, cool. There's Eric's big Stinky. Trying to keep these all organized on the floor next to me. Crash Gordon is the other fellow that has a resin printer. And so he sent some resin printed ones, which are extremely clean. These are really, really, really nice. In if you want to order some of these Mc Stinkies, I mean, like, if you guys just want to check out what resin prints are, Crash Gordon sent a bunch of these. So if you just want to, like, check out what a resin print is like, yeah, buy a sticker and tell me to throw in a resin Mc Stinky mount, and I will. And then Jason Hollyfield also with a resin printed entry. And that's his Big Stinky there. Is it? Is that a Big Stinky? No, that's a little Stinky. Hold on. Here's the Big Stinky. There we go. Okay. All right. And looks like Jason also sent one of these little bikini mounts, which is pretty cool. All right. And there's Jason there. And then we've got Jesse Garcia. He sent in red, green, blue, and black, which is really cool. So let's grab a green, because we don't have any greens out here yet. And then, all right, so there's Jesse's Big Stinky. And then last, but certainly not least, is Chris Dion. And he sent a whole goddamn bunch in purple and red. So we've got Nano, and then we've got Big Stinkies. All right, so Chris Dion, he's using a slightly different red TPU. I forget what this is called. It might be called Inferno, but I'm actually going to grab this violet TPU from him. So, all right. I now pretty much have no idea which ones, I don't know which ones are whose. And I'm going to kind of let you guys help me with this, basically, because I don't know shit about 3D printing. I'm gonna kind of look at them in terms of, I don't know, which one's smoothest, I guess. So first up, we've got Kelvin's entry here, and this is resin printed. I'm also gonna kind of bend them a little bit to see if they hold up. This is very clean. This is very, very, very clean. Kelvin told me what the printer was, but I don't really remember, if I'm honest. All right, cool. So let's do the we'll do the resin ones first. We'll pick a favorite resin first. So that's Kelvin's. I don't remember whose this is, but I have them all in order, so I'll be able to. Oh wow, this is way stiffer. Way stiffer. Holy cow. Okay. Man, is it clean, though. Look at that. Jesus. And that's a cool color as well. I'm going to pick the one that I like the color of best. That's how I do things around here. All right. So we got this guy. Let's do this. Let's give it a little wiggle there. Wow, okay. Man, this is strong. Whatever resin this is really strong. To give you a comparison, I'm putting the same amount of force on it. Very cool. I don't know if I don't know if you would want that. I mean, on one hand, it's like, well, if it's too stiff, it's gonna crack. But that's just us being brainwashed by PLA, right? This is resin. This might be like completely bulletproof. I would not be surprised if this was completely bulletproof. So it's kind of nice that it's really stiff like that. And then, okay, so now this is the same resin that Kelvin's using. I assume that's very obvious. Looks like it was sitting in the, oh man, look how malleable it is. Ooh, that's cool. And it's got like this memory to it. See how it like, it kind of hangs out, but then it bounces back into shape. Isn't that kind of cool? Get this camera pointed down a little bit more. So, between the 3 resin prints, I don't know about this mushiness here. This, again, like this might make it completely indestructible. Or, but the harder resin, man, all 3 of them are so clean. Man, these resin prints are something else. I don't know. In my completely unprofessional, know nothing opinion, I'm gonna put this one over here. I'm going to take another look at this one. I am so impressed by how stiff this one is. That's what she said. So there's this fella here. I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Chat, do you have any opinions here? And then Calvin's is kind of somewhere in between. I like the color of that one best. Jason Black says, break the camera out. I haven't been able to get cameras to fit in these resin printed ones, if I'm honest. Leonid says, hello from Europe. I'm preparing for a gym gig. Any tips for filming something like that? When you say gym, J-I-M, do you mean like the place where people work out? We spell that G-Y-M here in Cheeseburger Land. Is that what you're doing, Leonid? The place where people work out? Kevin Sumner says, is it stiff like the B-Brain canopy? It is... Ooh, that's interesting. It's not that stiff. No, the B-Brain canopy is like steel. Is like solid steel. This actually has some give to it. I think it's this one. I think this one's the winner. It is completely clean, and I'm just super impressed by how strong it seems. I mean, I feel like maybe if I keep bending this, I can possibly break it. But why? Like, why would we do that? Like, if you had a camera in here, it's gonna really protect the shit out of the camera. And yeah, I mean, it's. I'm gonna give it to this one. I'm gonna give this. This is my favorite of the resin printed ones. And let me look at who that is. That is Crash Gordon. Crash, are you in the chat? I think I might have seen him. Yeah, Crash Gordon's in the chat. Crash, what the hell, man? Why is this so stiff? How have you done this? Tell chat. Does anybody in chat disagree with? Oh, there he already said it. 75% nylon blue, 25% tenacious. Very cool. If anybody disagrees with me, you're probably right. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but you know, I'm doing it anyway. So screw you. Make your own fucking live stream, and then you can have your own 3D print competition. Very, very cool. Crash Gordon, congratulations. You win absolutely nothing. Thanks, Crash. Thanks, Jason Hollyfield, for sending me these. If any of you guys want to check out resin printed stuff, let me know, and you can basically, for the price of shipping, grab a sticker and a Mc Stinky from me. And just let me know which one. You know, if you want to check out Kelvin's, you can. If you want to check out, you know, so Kelvin's is in the middle, and then there was the super bendy one, and then there was the super stiff one. So now it's all about TPU. And to be really honest, I was not able to get the cameras into the resin printed ones. Basically, I asked you guys to print 25-degree up tilt, and then so that the bottom of it, like, it just, oh no, what just happened? There we go. Yeah, it just, because they're resin printed and they're not stretchy, the camera won't kind of turn the corner and go up into it. So I mean, if you could probably, hold on. I didn't really ram it in there. Maybe I did, and I just don't want to tell you about it. I also, to be completely honest, I like the colors of the TPU ones. So, Crash Gordon says, "Yay, I love nothing." And then Kevin Sumner says, "That's the most casually nihilistic thing I've ever read." Crash says, "Grind off the corner of the camera. Problem solved." I should have a. So the big Mc Stinky fits the. You know, the other thing I was worried about. I was worried about ramming the camera into this and never being able to get it out. But I could just cut it up to get it out of there. So the big Mc Stinky fits the B-Brain, the Newbie Drone BI camera. So let me take a quick look, because I am very curious about the yeah, see, so I'll show you the problem. The problem is with the top of the camera lined up, right? Top here where my thumbnail is lined up. Look at the bottom. The bottom just like overhangs. So, and like it butts right up against here. And so like, yeah, I'd have to really, 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 really jam on it to get it in there. And like, because of the way the camera mount is, you can't really put the camera in at an angle. It has to go straight in. Let me just see though. Let me just see. It would be interesting to put it in to have it in here. Man, I think the Mc Stinky mount was designed specifically for TPU so that the mount would stretch a little bit and kind of hold onto the camera. I think for these resin printed ones to really work, you would need to increase the sizing of the Mc Stinky by like, I don't know, 1% or something like that. Yeah, I mean it's almost there. It's actually really close. So I was able to push the bottom. I was able to push the bottom in. But now like look at the top and like look at the corners. See how it's like it's right there? And like as I push on this, the resin doesn't stretch like TPU does. So yeah. As pretty as they are, I don't think it's the right material for this particular for the unedited Mc Stinky mount. Like I said, I think you could increase the size by a fraction of a millimeter, and the camera would go in. But then what I wonder is would the camera bounce around in there, right? Like you kind of want the TPU to hold the camera to stretch and hold the camera solid. You know what I mean? Leonid says, yeah, Merodson says, you think the Mc Stinky protects the board better than the Tiny Whoop pinch mount. I wrecked an AIO in a minor crash running the pinch. That is a good question. And I think the answer is yes. I think I had that same thought, but I have a pinch right here. Yep, it certainly does, and I'll show you why. The pinch mount, and now, in fairness, this is a big fat camera. This is the meme camera. This is the ultra wide angle pinch cam here. There it goes. And this is the pound mount. So the pound mount, you can see on the bottom, the back of the camera kind of hangs out a little bit. But don't pay super close attention to that because, like I said, this is a really fat camera. Pay attention to like this angle. See how it sweeps inwards a little bit here, right? Like here's the mounting hole, and then it sweeps forwards a little bit, right? And then the bottom part here where this angle is swept forward a little bit. Whereas the Mc Stinky, it's a little bit beefier here. You know what I mean? Like this sits a little bit farther out, and that isolates the that bottom edge of the camera from the AIO. And I have a couple of them in mounts here, so you can really see it once they're in the mount. Like there's a camera in this mount, but it fits in there nice and deep. And yeah, you got this nice big lip. So when there's nothing, the camera is not going to smack into the AIO. And then here's another one with a different camera, and yeah, like you can totally see it. Like the camera tucks all the way up into the Mc Stinky, which is really nice, and it really completely protects it from the board. This pound mount would admittedly be a lot better with not so gigantic of a camera, but yeah, it's the Mc Stinky's a little bit better in that respect. Also, the Mc Stinky's push the camera farther forward. They push the lens of the camera a little bit farther forward. Can you guys kind of see that? Nothing wrong with the pound mount at all. The pound mount, I think, is a little bit lighter and it's lower. And I've modified this pound mount. I've cut the front of it a little bit. Here's the uncircumcised pound mount. You can see the front of the barrel is a little bit longer there. Yeah, so that's the That's the uncircumcised pound mount. It's completely fine. And I mean, you can kind of see that this is a smaller camera. And you can kind of see down there. No, you can't. Hold on. There we go. You can kind of see down here that the bottom edge of the camera is like right on top of the TPU. And again, this is the what the hell camera is this? This is the Razor, the Pico Razor, Foxeer Pico Razor. And that is it is like a thicker kind of camera. It also depends on the up tilt. The lower the up tilt that you run, the less likely that's going to be to happen. But I mean, you can see, like, you know what I mean? Like in a really hard hit, the pound mount does possibly have the bottom of the camera smacking into the AIO, and that's never a good thing. So yeah, I definitely prefer the Mc Stinkies from when it comes to that, because the camera just sits farther in there. Okay, so I've now made a complete mess. Let's, all right, let me put this Mc Stinky back here. And, all right, here we go. So, the competition is on. We've got red, blue, green, and purple. Look at that. First up is red. I don't know whose these are. So yeah, red looks pretty clean. Let's give it the old wiggle test. I think these are all going to wiggle the same amount, but I don't know. We did the wiggle test in the first one. All right, so there's our. Let's do the wiggle test. Back-to-back wiggle tests. Back-to-back wiggle tests. Ooh, this one seems a little bit looser. Oh wait, I'll do the wiggle test back here. Okay. Yeah, blue one's a little bit looser. Okay. Green one is the same as the red. Ooh, purple one's the stiffest. Yeah, it's stiffer than that one. Ooh, blue one's loosey. Loosey-goosey, baby. Let me make sure that this is the big... Yeah, they're all the big stinky. Okay, cool. What about like a mush test? Let's do a mush test. Mush. Yeah, the blue one is the mushiest. Ooh, the green one is not far behind in mushiness, though. The purple and the red ones are definitely the strongest. Which I like. What else? All right, so I looked at the red one. Very clean. Let's take a look at the blue one. Okay, so the blue one is a little bit less clean. Little bit less clean on the blue one here. I'm going to move the blue one back a little bit because it's a little bit weaker and it's a little bit less clean. Green one. Green one's a little bit weaker. Similar to the blue one. And I don't think it's quite as clean. No, it's not as clean as the red one. It's not as clean as the red one. So I'm gonna back it up a little bit. And now the purple one, it's got some stringiness going on for sure. But it's printed very clean. Well, that's tough. I think it's between the red and the purple. Man, the red one is just... Oh, there's just like... I mean, I guess there's a little tiny bit of stringiness down here, but... the red one is hot. Hot! I wonder if the color of the TPU has anything to do with it. What else can I test? I don't know what else to test about them. I've squished them. I've wiggled them. Kevin Sumner says H Prompt wants to buy a mount with some stickers from you. Tell them how to do it. You head on over to CiottiFPV.com and there's a PayPal button. And when you click that PayPal button, you put in the amount. So it's $10 for a Mc Stinky with one sticker, or you can put in a custom mount, $15 for a Mc Stinky with a sticker pack. And then after you hit continue, it's going to let you type a node in. Taste test. When you type your note in, let me know what you want and your address. But I'll have your email address, so if you forget, I'll be able to actually bug you for it. Kevin Sumner says red is in his opinion. Chris says blue looks like pry-line. Oh, Chris says screw holes. Awesome. That's way better than a taste test. So the screw holes are actually one of the problems with the Mc Stinky mounts. It's hard to get the screws started and to get them kind of in there. So, on camera. All right, so I'm going to look at the screw holes under a 5X loop. All right, so the red one, the right side screw hole is closed. The center screw hole is opened, and the left screw hole is opened. So the red one loses a point for having one screw hole closed. Blue one, what you got? Right screw hole is opened, middle screw hole is opened, left screw hole is opened as well. Ooh, the blue one is mounting a comeback. Green one. Right hole is open, middle hole is open, left hole is opened. Mounting a comeback. Purple one. Ooh, okay, here we go. So on this purple one, the right hole is opened, but there's a little gap in the plastic. There's like a second little hole there. So we're gonna have to take a point away. Oh, and the same thing on the center hole. And then the left hole is clean. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting here. Okay, so let me take a look at the holes in the red one. The way that the top of the mount printed is actually different than the way that the bottom of these mounts printed. So the red one is cleaner up here, and it's stronger up on top, but it's a little ugly on the base here. The blue and the green ones are beautiful on the base. The bases of them. So let me see if one of the blue or green ones is actually a little bit cleaner on the base. Taking a look at the blue one. Okay. All right, there's the base on the blue one. And then I'm taking a look. Oh man, the base of the green one is just beautiful. The green one is the cleanest on the base. Let me see if there's any chance of me showing you guys that. All right, so look at how clean that is. Look how like symmetrical it is, and then like the hole is perfectly there. Look at the blue one. The blue one's not quite as good. It's close though. Shit, I hope I hope I'm putting these in the right order. And now look at the red one. Look at the red one. Come on. It's gonna go. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Come on, you bastard. You were just focusing. There we go. Look at the red one. That hole is closed up. And now look at the purple one. Purple one's got a double hole situation. Purple one is ready for 2 to go in the stink and 1 to go in the pink. Can't really see. It's hard to see. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. So the blue and green are mounting a comeback. Let's try to put a screw into the holes. Let's try to screw in. Because even though the green one is super clean, there's a chance that it'll still be a nightmare to get a screw in there. I mean, it kind of always is. So my least favorite thing about these mounts is that it's hard to get the screws into the little holes. Oh, man. Oh, wow. That was really good, though. That was really easy. Okay, all right, hold on. I'm going to use a more difficult screw for this. There are screws with the canopy screws that I use a lot are like flat. They don't have like a pointy tip on them. And those are the ones that are really difficult to get into these mounts. I mean, you end up getting it. It just takes a couple minutes. Okay, so even with a beautiful hole, let's try this. Let's try this. Yeah, see, that's what happens. It just doesn't want to go. So even with the beautiful holes, the flat-bottomed canopy screws, which are the most common ones, still have a tough time getting in there. Although all I had to do was push on it, and then it went right in there. So let's try, as a comparison point, let's try the red. The red one was in the lead. So I mean, this one is completely closed up, and that's super annoying. But let's try this other one. Let's try the other side. Okay, and that went right in there. All right, so it's kind of fine. Ooh, this is tough, yo. This is tough. I'm not gonna lick them. Those of you that know 3D printing, what do you think? And like, to open these holes up, you just gotta like take your sharp tipped tweezers and jam them in there and just kind of wiggle them around. That'll open it up. See, I mean, the whole thing is not the end of the world. See, now we're good to go. But you know, this is a stiff competition. Chris says green. Interesting. So purple is out, I think, because it's got the stringies and it's got the multiple holes in the little jibby jabby. So we're gonna eliminate the purple one. I think I'm still a fan of the red one. The blue one was not as clean as the green one, so I'm going to eliminate the blue one. So it's between green and red. And look at the difference in the top between the green and the red. Try to get the light to catch it right. See how clean the red one is? The green one just has a little bit of like waviness to it, almost. Ooh, a tough decision here. I mean, the prize is so important to win this prize. My gut, I want to go with I think I want to go with the red one, but you guys are all saying green. Chris says green. McMucus says green. Chris says transparency makes it look worse. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna put a poll up. I've shown them. I've explained it. You guys, I can't make the. I don't know what I'm doing, so it makes more sense. Which one? Green, red. There it is. Ask your community. Polls up. You guys pick. I have no idea. I don't know shit about 3D printing. I narrowed it down, and now you guys get to make the final decision. So let's see who these all were. The purple one was from Chris Dion, and it's a big stinky. And there it is. Chris Dion's got some red ones in here. Yeah, I mean, they look really good, don't get me wrong. And the holes are perfect on them. But they're just a little bit stringy. And, you know, there was some stiff competition. And when there's stiff competition, we can't have stringiness. There are a ton of these, though, and they're in red and purple. So let me know if you want some big, nano, or regular Mc Stinkies. Thank you so much, Chris, for sending this many in. It is very, very, very cool of you. Then the blue one was from Eric Moe. Sorry, Eric. You were close, man. You were close. And Eric sent some in red as well. And yeah, they look really good. They're just, it's just not quite as clean. It's close, but it's just not quite as clean. So yeah, Eric Mo sent red and blue. Let me know if you want any of those. And okay, so now I know who these are. Now I know who these each are, and I'm not going to tell you guys because, you know, it's really important that we stay unbiased. Give that poll another couple minutes, and we'll be good to go. Actually, why don't I fly a Tiny Whoop battery while that poll runs? Here's the new newbie drone canopy. It's set up for cameras with holes. Excuse me, and it's pretty nice. It's that same material that they've got, that like really solid plastic, and it's got a huge opening in the front, which is really cool because that'll let you run a ton of up tilt or what looks like damn near negative up tilt, which is pretty cool. Shout out to Kelvin for sending me a couple of these. I don't know if I'm going to use them because the screw mount based cameras are a little bit heavy, and then that mount is also going to be heavy. So yeah, I don't know. I do want to play around with different cameras for the drift chasing stuff. I want to figure out what the best analog camera is, because. Okay. Looks like it's a close race, man. Green is narrowly in the lead. It's 61%. All right, people. 32,000 kV. 19 gram Tiny Whoop. Ready to just light the whole world on fire. Here we go. Mobula 6 ELRS. This is the CiottiFPV Ultimate Freestyle. No, I'm sorry. This is the ultimate freestyle build. Freestyle Tiny Whoop, rather. Let's get into it. Here we go. Here we go. Let's light the house on fire. Oh my god, it's the most satisfying shit in the world. I fucking love flying this rig. You just you blip the throttle as quick as you can and it just fires from the floor to the ceiling, like perfectly. All right, here we go. Here we go, goddammit. Ooh! Yeah! Ribby Tim's in the house. What's up, brother? I didn't have any plan. I just threw it in the air. Oh god, why? Oh god, why? Oh no! The bass drum ate me. Oh my god, what am I doing? No, no, no. How is this battery dead already? Well, this battery's hurting. Yikes. I don't think this battery is long for this world. Hold on, let's do another one. Actually, hang on. Let me check the voltage on this battery real quick. 3.85. No, this battery's done. Throwing it away. All right, here we go. For real this time. Come on, connect, you bastard, connect. Ah! Oh, God! Oh, shit! What a recovery! I'm still recovering! Oh, it's unrecoverable. No, it's not. Never give up! Oh my God. Why? Oh, shit, that throw! Balls. Let's try that again. Ooh, that was fucking tasty. Ah, that was not. Oh, it went. Oh, shit sticks. That was nuts. I wish that was completely skill-based, but you know, you gotta be willing to put it into crazy situations to have shit like that happen. Oh God, is it sexy? It's just a big old bucket of sex sometimes when it goes through the gate just right. Uh-oh. Ah, dong 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 dong. Look at them skinny legs. Look at the gangly man's gangly legs. Ooh boy. Oh! Can we do it long ways? Can we do it long ways? Oh shit. I tried to keep it really tight to the table. Let's cheat it a little bit. Oh, that was almost it. Oh, stop it. What's happening? Why is it flying weird? It's fine. There it is, motherfuckers! I've never hit that before, and tonight's the night, goddammit. Ooh, that's the way it should. That's what a power loop should be. No hesitation, no surrender. Hanging dong all day. Fuck! Oh God, a nice tight power loop? Come on. Is there anything better than that? I mean, one thing, but... Oh God! What is happening tonight? Oh, your boy is approaching fire status. What a good day. Today was a fucking great day. Ooh, God! Fucking power looping Tiny Whoops is... it's like incredibly difficult, but fucking A, it is so satisfying. And with all these new high KV motors, it's like you can actually do it. It's not like a bullshit drive it around in a circle power loop. It's a full commitment, like off throttle momentum move. Oh, this battery is kind of shit in the bed. Ah, I was trying to get the elevation down. Hanging dong! Ah, this coffee table's low. Ah, why? Oh God, easy. Easy, big fella. I'm having a really hard time timing Matty flips lately. I think it's because I'm not throwing the quad up into him. I'm just driving it up into him. Here, let's try. Let me show you what I mean. This is what I should be doing. Because that gives you the time, when you throw it up into it, it gives you the time to like lay it out the way that I like it to look. And then it gives, ooh, that's the bar cart, don't break anything. Yeah, that's the way it should be done, yo. Oh. There it is. One more, one more. Ah! Battery's done. Oh my god, I love flying Tiny Whoops, I swear to God. I don't need anything other than Tiny Whoops in my life. If there was just a way to get paid to fly Tiny Whoops other than having a live stream where you... like if I could get cinematic gigs flying Tiny Whoops, yeah, you guys would never see me again. You'd never see me again. There was that one music video with the Tiny Whoop. Ooh, fucking fuck. Looks like the decision has been made on the 3D printing. Nothing like just stopping a song cold. It always feels so wrong. The decision has come down, and there is a clear winner. At 61% of the vote, the green takes it over the red. Congratulations goes to Jesse Garcia. In a pitched battle with McConnell Studios, Jesse Garcia comes out on top with the prettiest of pretty green big stinkies. Congratulations, Jesse. You are hands down the stinkiest. Jesse also sent me a this little thing, which is for my sim rig. Somebody else sent me one of these too, and I already installed it, and it works brilliantly well. If you're gonna buy a Thrustmaster T300, ask me about this, and I'll explain what this does. It makes the little directional stick work better, a lot better, actually. Thanks to everybody for participating in the 3D printing contest. Congratulations, Jesse. You've won nothing, but it's the it's the participation that counts. It's getting in on the community. That was fun. That was fun. I had a good time with that. If you guys want any of these stinky mounts, let me know. Let me know which ones you want. Let me know what color you want. I'm gonna kind of start mixing them together. I had them segmented, but that's kind of silly. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple of my favorites. Look at McConnell Studios' sticker. Yo, if you guys are not following McConnell Studios on Instagram, you're missing out. It's he makes the coolest shit. It's really extraordinary. Yeah, just beautiful, like metal welded art installations. It's so fucking cool. It is so cool. What time is it? 11:23. What are we doing? We flew? We did mail. Did we do mailbag? We did not do mailbag. My God. Shout out to Mighty Car Mods. That's their little thing that I just stole. Happy FPV says, so this is on bi-blades. Why not tri-blade? Just weight savings. So the bi-blades unbelievably make more thrust, and they're a little bit more slidey. The tri-blades have more grip. And they're also heavier. So with the bi-blades, you get more slidiness, which more closely emulates like an outdoor rig, like a 3-inch freestyle rig or a 5-inch freestyle rig. And then it makes more thrust, which is really cool. Down here, trying to do like a lot of this off-throttle, momentum-based stuff. And then they're lighter weight, so the PID loop works better. Like with those bi-blades, it just won't prop wash. Like, it just doesn't. And like, yeah, the tune is cranked up, but even without a cranked up tune, it just will not prop wash. The tri-blades are better for racing, for sure. But for freestyle, I submit that the bi-blades are the way to go. Brandon's Baked Beans sent a little care package here with some of his kids' art, which is awesome. Little dragon. It says, hey, Ciotti, do whatever you want with this stuff. Brandon Beans. Thank you, brother. Brandon sent some cool stuff, and I'm completely blown away by something that he sent. I had no idea that this was quite this small. I'm completely blown away. I think this is the Odonata, maybe? This is ridiculous. Like, it makes a Tiny Whoop look huge. It's probably still 65 motor to motor. It's actually bigger. Oh wait, no, it's Squished X geometry. That's interesting. So it's a little bit wider, but it's not as long front to back. But my God, this is the most adorable little thing I've ever seen, to the point where, like, I think I might actually build this. I'm not gonna like it, but I might actually build it. I should give it away. I shouldn't build this. But I'm just so curious right now. I'm just so curious. I have built tiny little rigs like this. Not exactly like this. It's a toothpick format, but it flies exactly the same. And I just don't, like, it's just, you can't fly it inside because it doesn't have ducts, right? So it's going to mark up your walls and bang up motors and shit like that. And then when you fly it outside, it doesn't have enough power. Like, you might as well be flying this outside. So but I mean, would you just look at it? How can I not build this up, at least just to take a picture of? And I've got, like, AIOs coming out of my fucking ass right now, so I think I'm gonna throw something in this. Yeah, I'm almost certainly gonna throw something at it. Maybe my shoe, maybe a shit fit. Maybe I'll throw a shit fit at it. I left a red Mc Stinky out. All right, Brandon also sent, ooh, some motors. What are these? What are you little fellas? These are, whoa, boy, these are tall. Jesus. These are Beta FPV. These 0803s? Oh my God, these are 0603. 0603 19,000 kV. Coming to a giveaway near you soon. I have played the 0603 game with Tiny Whoops, 0603 26,000s, and they're pretty good. The 26,000 kV is a little low, but I actually kind of wonder if they would be good on big props like this, on the 1.6 inch props. The only problem is they're a 1mm motor shaft, so they'll get all bent up and mangled. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting motor size. 0603 is a motor size that will have better transient response. Basically what that means is response time. They will have better response time than 0702s because they have more stator volume, and the bell weighs almost the same. And then they'll have better response time than 0802s because the bell is lighter. 802s have more stator volume, but the bell is heavier and it's wider. 0603 is a narrow bell, so it's going to spin up and down really, really fast. And that is what the PID loop does. The PID loop spins the motors up and down really fast. So 0603s are going to give you the best, have the potential to give you the best tune. The problem is 26,000 kV is the highest kV that's made in them, and that's not enough kV for the little propellers, the 1.2 inch propellers, 31 millimeters. And with a 1mm motor shaft, that's really the only rig that you want to put these 0603s on. So there's a little bit of a mismatch there, right? Where like the kV is not high enough for the rig that the 1mm shaft is going to actually survive on. So that's a shame. I've talked to Jesse about that. He's considering doing a higher kV version, but we'll see. And the main thing that Brandon sent me is a fractal 65 frame, and I think this is a fractal 75 frame. It is a fractal 75 frame with some ducts. Very cool. I'd mentioned after the drifting event that I don't have a fractal 65 frame anymore, and Brandon was like, I got one, it's just sitting around, I'll send it to you. So this is going to get built. This fractal 65 is going to get built, because the only thing I don't like about this drifting, like the analog footage from the chasing the drift cars is not playing for some reason, is phenomenal because of how good that rig performs, but it's let down by the prop guards. And I mean, like, you can't really see them because I have all this junk on the bottom of the live stream here, but like, it's super noticeable, you know what I mean? Like, so basically what I'm gonna do is build a 65 millimeter rig specifically for chasing drift cars, and I'm gonna do it on slightly lower kV motors, no 32,000s. I'm gonna do 30,000s, and I have no idea what. Maybe that's what I'll use the T motor F4 AIO4 that they sent me, because this doesn't fit in any of the frames, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to use this for. Perfect. Cool. So this goes with this, and then this goes into this fractal 65 frame. And what camera is the... Well, I can play around with different cameras on it, actually. That's kind of cool. So yeah, and then the fractal 75 build, which I now have an extra frame for, that's going to be the HD0 build, I think, in the end. Initially, I'm just going to build it in a Mobula 7 frame, because the HD0 camera has a slightly narrower field of view, and it doesn't really pick up the prop guards. Well, at least it didn't on a 65 millimeter frame. Once I put it on a 75 millimeter frame, I bet you it does pick up the, I bet you the ducts do come into view. What do you guys think? Should I, so here's the question. Well, so here's the question. Do I put the, basically, do I rebuild this? Do I rebuild a Mobula 6 HD0? The plus to doing that is by putting it in a Meteor 65 frame and putting it on 702s, it's as light as it can possibly be. And the magic of the analog rigs chasing those drift cars is how light they are. The problem with this is it eats batteries. The HD0 VTX draws a lot more current than the regular little analog VTXs. But I've got a lot of batteries, and batteries are cheap. So, like, why not? If I did that, well, so yeah, so I can do that, and I can mount the camera up top here, build it like a regular Tiny Whoop, and there really is no prop in view. Or I can build it into the 75 millimeter frame, and that allows me to run a big old battery. What in a perfect world where I had a bunch of money, what I would do is keep the do that, and then for a 75 millimeter build, I would do walk snail. But the walk snail goggles are $400 and something, and then for a VTX and a camera, it's another 120 or so. It's an awful lot of money. An awful lot of money. Apache Smoke says, good morning, friend. What's up, brother? Double A says, build it. Love the little guys, and we'll be interested to see what you think. Build what, Double A? Which one? I just mentioned like 14 different rigs. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Chris says $89 for walk snail VTX and cam now. That's not bad. Good God. So yeah. I'm not sure which direction to go with that. Like there's pluses and minuses to each. Man, flying the really lightweight analog Tiny Whoops around those drift cars, RC drift cars, was absolute magic. And I flew a bunch of batteries on the 75mm rigs, the 75mm analog rigs, and it was way more difficult. And like so my gut says to really just focus on lightweight, just infinitely lightweight. Rebuilding that into a 65, it'll basically be just replacing this Beta FPV build. This is like that racing build that I did with the Beta FPV rather cross AIO. So I could just do it right in here. I could just desolder the camera and VTX from this and then solder that right on, drill it into the top, and away we go. And then if for some reason it is picking up ducts in view, I can put it into a fractal frame. FaceGator FPV says, just curious, what's your top 2 Tiny Whoops? Any millimeter, any motors? FaceGator, I just happened to read your comment. The way that I do it here on my live streams is, if you look at like AA and Apache Wounded Snipers comments above you, see how they typed in CiottiFPV? If you type CiottiFPV in, basically what happens is it lights up an orange like this so that I know you're talking to me. So yeah, I'm glad I read your comment, but for the future, if you want to ask me a question, just type CiottiFPV and then your question. It's a great question. Top 2 Tiny Whoops. It's an easy question though. So the my ultimate freestyle Tiny Whoop is this. This is a Mobula, and these are both of these builds are up on Joshua's channel, or website rather, fpvknowitall.com, and then you go to Tiny Whoop. So I've created this entire Tiny Whoop page here. So if you scroll down, you've got the 65mm freestyle Tiny Whoop build. This is it. Mobula 6 ELRS. You swap in the Meteor 65 frame, TrueRC Singularity ultra short antenna. Not this one. This is the regular short. You don't want this one. You want the ultra short. It says it right here. I got to bug our web designer Wednesday to change that picture out. BT 2.0, super important. My favorite of these batteries are the WeBleed 300 mAh 1S BT 2.0s. These are my favorite props, the GemFan 1210s. And then the motors are kind of on you. These 32,000 kV motors are a lot. Like a lot. Most people will not be able to handle these motors. But you can just go into the PID tab and motor limit these down, and they'll perform exactly like a 30,000 kV or a 28,000 kV or whatever. So you could make a really good case for buying these 32,000s, which are the highest kV that exist, scale them down, and then as you fly more and more and more, you can gradually turn the power up, and maybe someday you'll get to the point where you can handle 32,000 kV. It's really hard to fly though, to be honest. Super fun, but very difficult to fly. You'll be much more accurate, and you'll be much less frustrated on a slightly lower kV. 28,000, 30,000, even 26,000 feels really good. So this is my absolute favorite. This is the best Tiny Whoop ever. Like it doesn't get any better than this. It's incredibly durable. It's like hysterically durable. And I mean, you just saw me flying it around, so it's just raucous as hell. Here's the race build. If you're not racing, though, it doesn't really make much sense to do this build. There's a lot of specific things that are just done because of racing and because of not stomping on each other's channels and shit, like the external VTX. So unless you're going to like be a hardcore racer, that race build doesn't make much sense. My other oh, is this not? Well, this is close, but this is not exactly my absolute favorite other build. So yeah, this Mobula 7 build is the king of the jungle gym and garden. You know, read this shit. For the record, I've spent a ton of time writing this stuff out, guys, and there's all really good info in here. So Mobula 7 ELRS 1S, these motors are really good. Technically, though, I prefer the motors that are out of stock, which is why they're not up there. My favorite motors on this rig are these 0802 27,000 kV iGao edition Sugano motors, because they've got a 1.5 millimeter motor shaft. On a 75 millimeter rig, you need to have a motor with a 1.5 millimeter motor shaft. These Flywoo Robo 1002s do, and this is a phenomenal motor. It's just heavier. It's heavier than the 802, you know, since it's 1002. And to be honest with you, these 802s with this 27,000 kV on the bi-blades, on these 1.6 inch bi-blades, it's nuts. These 1002 motors are amazing on these 1608 tri-blades, but I prefer the 802s on the bi-blades mainly because it's just lighter. Same deal, the ultra short antenna, the Weebleed FPV and the Tiny Whoop 450s are amazing. 1610 bi-blades if you do the 802s. I mean, realistically, buy both of these propellers because they're cheap and see which ones you like best, and then Beta FPV BT 2.0. So yeah, this 75 millimeter build is really, it truly is like the king of the jungle gym. Like, and there are jungle gyms everywhere, every suburban neighborhood, every park. There are jungle gyms all over the goddamn place. And when you have a rig that is durable and is light enough to like accurately shoot the gaps in a jungle gym, it's about as much fun as you can ever have, because there are a ton of these different jungle gyms, so you can fly a different one every time. And like the gaps that you can shoot in these jungle gyms are amazing. There's dive gaps. There's like, there's just, it's unbelievable. It's so much fun. And the 65 millimeter rig does a great job as well on the jungle gyms. But when it gets a little windy, the 65 suffers a little bit. Bring it, for sure, bring it, because it uses a different battery anyway. So charge up all your 65 batteries and rip those. But man, the Jungle Gym King Tiny Whoop, which is back here, is really, this is a thing, man. This is kind of like a revelation. If you've got kids, this gives you like such a great reason to be like, hey, you want to go play in the park? And then you have way more fun than them. It's incredible. Yeah, and I got that Mc Stinky mount on there. This is just, this is the shit, man. This is such a cool build. For doing that one thing, it's not an indoor build. It's too heavy for inside. It's too heavy and it's too powerful for inside. Can you fly it inside? Of course. Can you put your dick in a vise and smash it? Of course. It's a similar experience. No, it's not. It's not. No, those two things are totally. Had to make it weird. H prompt. Thanks for subscribing, my friend. Hey, do YouTube things if you guys don't mind. Thumbs and subscribbles and the bell thing. Or not. Do whatever you want. FaceGator says I have a Mobula 7 right now. Very cool. Been racing Mobula 7 stock. Is really sick, but I'm definitely always looking for a faster edge and build. Definitely be on the site. Thank you. You're certainly welcome. No one says thwack. Chicken, he says that should be a new sticker. Dick vice. No. There's a line. There is, believe it or not, there is a line with me, and that is over the line. Why do I have this thing of motors sitting out here? All right, that's Those are 1 mil shaft motors. I had stuff organized over here, and then I lost control of it. It's a real shit show on the part of this desk that you guys can't see. Hit the like button or get hit with a shovel. Indeed. Spit right in my fucking face. That water bottle did. What camera? Maybe the newbie drone camera. The newbie drone camera looks really good. So this is this build is going to be like ready to go. Maybe we'll do this on Whoop Wednesday. We'll put this T-Motor F4 6 amp AIO into this fractal 65 frame, and then I'll have it ready for Thursday. Thursday being the RC drift car night. So I'm gonna put that right there in like the little on deck. Brandon's White Beans, thank you so much, dude, for sending me some really cool stuff that's gonna get used for sure. Now I don't know what to do about this 75mm build. Because I'm realizing that it's gonna be heavier, and heavier is not what I want. I need to. I mean, Denzel the Terrible says, when are CiottiFPV water bottles going to be widely available? I do not know. Is it Kevin Sumner or is it McConnell Studios that are making these? If you make me something, put your logo on it. I will have to ask. I'll have to, unless one of those two are in here, but I haven't seen them in the chat in a minute. For the 75, what do I do with the 75? Maybe I just hang on to it until Walk Snail. Maybe I just hang on to it until then. Denzel, we got that. Double A says, so 30,000 being 11, how is it on batteries? Being 11? What's 11? How is it on batteries? Also, with it scaled down, how are they on batteries? So, it's Matt, not me. He's been super busy lately. I thought so. I thought it was Matt. So, scale. I had two completely identical 5-inch rigs on, one of them on 2400 kV, one of them on, what is it, 1950? 1850 or 1950. And I had them motor limited. They were both motor limited down. The 2400 kV rig was motor limited down significantly more, obviously. And I flew those two rigs back to back for almost an entire year, and there was no difference in flight characteristics, runtime, anything. There is a myth. It's not really a myth, but when you bench test motors on a thrust stand at 100% throttle, and then you motor limit it, it's less efficient when you motor limit it. But that's at full throttle. On a given battery, DVR put your throttle percentage in your OSD, and DVR an entire 3 or 4 or 5 minute battery, and sit there with a stopwatch. And every time you see 100% throttle, turn the stopwatch on, and then you're going to pretty much immediately turn it off because we never sit at full throttle, especially with Tiny Whoops, right? And then look at that stopwatch at the end of that 3 or 4 or 5 minute battery. You will not believe how small of a number that stopwatch has on it. Like, we only spend like 4 or 5 or 6 total seconds at full throttle over the course of a battery. So in that tiny ass amount of time, sure, it's a little bit less efficient, but the entire rest of the time that you're flying, the motor limiting doesn't hurt anything. So yeah, the 30,000 kV motors, the 32,000 kV motors, and then motor limiting them down, you will not be able to tell a difference. Especially with freestyle. With racing, where there's a timer and shit like that, maybe. More than 10, bro. Definitely says. Got it. The 30,000 kV 702s, even the 802s, The 32,000 kV 702s, I get over 3 minutes of flying on these batteries. It's ridiculous. It's completely fine. Completely fine. What's RL flying? Talking about RL flying. What's that? RL flying? RL flying. What else, friends? What else? What am I gonna do with the 75? God, I have no idea what I'm gonna build this. I've decided I'm gonna put this HD0 back into a. I'm gonna do another Mobula 6 build. I took it apart. Oh, real life. I'm the worst. Got it. Got it. Old man live streams. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I like that I have a Fractal 75 box now. I can put my Fractal 75 stuff in a 75 box. And the 65 stuff in a 65 box. And I to be honest, I love that I have a reason to build a Fractal 65 again. From like a hardcore freestyle standpoint, I wasn't into it. But I kept saying over and over and over again that like I like this a lot. Like I like this frame. It's just not as good as this. But for RC drift car shit, it's perfect. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And it'll be a quick, easy little build. And yeah. That's pretty cool. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. I don't know the next lyric. I don't know lyrics. I listen to drum beats in songs. I can play any song, almost note for note, beginning to end. But ask me a lyric, and you're just going to get a dumbfounded look. That's the way I like it. Dumb and founded. No escape from reality. Got it! Got it. Got it. Anybody bummed that I'm not doing a Fractal 75 build? I'll do one someday. It just doesn't make any sense. It just does not make any sense to me. With Walk Snail 1S setup, it makes total sense. And I think that's going to be pretty gnarly. I think what that's going to be is that I think that's going to be the home of the 1002 motors. The 1002 motor, I have a Mobula 7 1S build with the 1002 motors that I've been fucking around with at the Jungle Gym. And it's good. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. Not as good as the 802 rig though, just because it's heavier. The 1002s are heavier. Oh, you know what's interesting? So this with the Walk Snail setup. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do with these 603s because a Fractal 75 build with Walk Snail set up to chase these drift cars around. It's not going to get crashed hard, right? So a 1mm motor shaft will probably work. So that's what. And these 603s are 26,000 kV. 26,000 kV is a lot for these biblades, so it'll make really good power. Those 802 27,000s make stupid power on these biblades. So yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. And these motors will keep the weight down. These are actually a little bit lighter than 802s. AA says, what is a fractal frame? What makes it different? It's carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber whoop frame that you then cut ducts off of a regular frame and you bolt them down to it. And the magic of the fractal frame, in my opinion, is that it puts the camera up front so there's no props in view. Let me show you. So that's a fractal frame. So they just ship it with a regular thing and you cut the ducts off. Hold on. Show you what it looks like built all the way up. There's Fractal's website. So that's the 65 millimeter built all the way up. So see, the camera sits all the way up front there, so you get no props in view. And it's actually also squished X geometry. Look at the gap here, left to right, and then look at the gap front to back, much smaller gap. So it's squished X, which I actually don't like, because on a Tiny Whoop, you're running your battery front, right, this is up and down. You're running your battery up and down, so the pitch axis actually needs more authority, just like 5-inch rigs and 3-inch rigs, right? So by pulling these motors in and widening these motors, you give the roll axis more mechanical torque, which is where you don't need it. So like I would rather the fractal frame be true X geometry, but it probably doesn't matter. But it does. It does. It's so easy to say, like, oh, it probably doesn't matter, it's just a Tiny Whoop, but like that's not true, man. These Tiny Whoops are flying really good now. Like back when they flew like ass, sure, it doesn't really matter, but now they fly really, really nice. So yeah. It comes with its own motor screws. They are significantly longer motor screws. Because they have to go through the carbon fiber and then the bottom plastic duct. So yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the 75 build is going to have to be a walk snail build. Getting 1080 footage down low with those drift cars is going to be something else. So I got a bunch of footage. If you're following me on Instagram, I did a couple of stories with Insta360 Go footage. I flew the tiny lifters around the drift cars, the RC drift cars, and it's insane. Like it's really, really, the quality is just absurd. So like walk snail won't give me quite this quality, but it'll be much more flyable. This is rough, yo. This is a 26 gram camera mounted all the way up on top of the tiny lifter, and it's 2S, right? So like this is, see how the cars are at the bottom of the frame? Like the camera is just mounted up really high. So doing a walk snail fractal 75 would put the camera down nice and low, which would be really cool. And it would be a lot lighter. One of the most difficult things about this is how heavy it is. This Thursday, when I go back here and do this again, I'm going to put a bunch of batteries into the tiny lifter. I only put this one battery into it, so maybe I'll get used to it. The Insta360 Go is such a good camera, and like having horizon lock and just some of the other stuff that it'll do is really, really cool. And like once I started to get used to it, like look at that, like, you know, I shot the little gap between the Coke can and the thing, but like stuff like this, like these little crashes, this was not happening anywhere near as frequently with the lighter weight rigs. So, yeah. And the walk snail setup in the fractal frame makes a lot of sense because it's going to have no props in view, much like this. And then I guess, well, I was going to say, I guess I could run it through GyroFlow, but that's not true. Actually, that is true. Because I'm going to be using the Beta FPV Cross Light 1S AIO, which has black box on board, I could technically use this onboard black box and then put the walk snail footage into GyroFlow. That's pretty cool. Metadirtson says, DJI 03 air unit weighs about 28 grams, a little more with the camera. Wonder if 75 millimeters would be more flyable with that. The problem with the 03 air unit would be where to put the camera to get props out of view. I'm sure it's doable, but yeah, that would be rough. So it would, that way it would have to be a 2S rig. So I mean, we would basically have to build we'd have to build a tiny lifter. It would need that much weight, that much payload would absolutely need 2S. And then I guess we would just need a camera mount for up top. Well, I mean, the mounting would be a real pain in the ass. The O3 air unit on top of an AIO would be a big blocky mess. And then we just need a camera mount to put it up front. That'd be interesting. One of the problems, there is a guy on YouTube with an O3 camera on a 75, and the file for it is on Thingiverse, the 3D print file, and I can't find it, which is super annoying. It doesn't fly that well though. I don't know if it's only on 1S, but yeah, the guy with the O3 on a 75, it does not fly very well. But I mean, I've done that research, right? Like I've figured out how the hell to carry a 26 gram payload with these Tiny Whoops. 1102, 10,000 kV, Newbie Drone Acro B BLV3 2S. So yeah. And his build, I think why his build doesn't fly all that well is that the camera is all the way up front. He did that to keep props out of view. The problem with doing that is that it overloads the front motors. That's a heavy camera. So now the front motors are overloaded, and that kills runtime and flight performance and stuff like that. So Chris says decased at 16 grams. Wow, it's light. That's really light. That almost brings it into 1S territory, but not quite. I think that's still too heavy. To be honest, I think Walk Snail is the best solution because it's going to be way lighter. It's 8 grams instead of 16 decased or 28 not decased. It's 1080p, which is going to look great. Onboard DVR, and you can put it into a 1S 75mm build for no props in view, camera down super low. That's the other thing that's cool about this fractal frame is that the camera is right up on the front. So when you're nose down flying, the camera is like scraping against the ground. And that looks cool. That's why the 65mm analog footage looks so good, because the camera is down really low on the RC drift cars. So yeah, I'm most excited about Walk Snail, but Walk Snail is the most expensive option, right? Like DJI 03, I can just get it. Woke Snail it is, yeah. I can just get it, and I can run it on my existing DJI goggles and just use the onboard DVR to get the 4K out of it, right? My God. So yeah, it's interesting, but I think Woke Snail is the way to go. It is midnight, friends. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to shut this down. I am hungry. New Walk Snail is only 0.3 heavier than HD0 now, too. What? I thought it was the same weight. If that's true, that's crazy. I'm going to do this HD0 build because I have it. And I would like to get some HD0 footage and put it into Premiere. I've already done this, but I would like to get some of this RC drifting footage, dump it into Premiere, and push some contrast into it and see what it looks like. And I'll be standing right there, so there should be no ugly breakup, rainbow breakup. Chris weighed them side by side. What? Okay, now I really want to do Woke Snail. Shit. Thanks for hanging, friends. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com, click as many buttons as you can, and I'll keep doing this full time. I love you guys. Be good. Speaking of RC drifting, here is a little bit of footage from last Thursday. I'm going to play you guys the raw file out of the Insta360 Go. It's pretty cool. It's like a square sensor, and then it ends up being a circle. It's cool looking. So and this is raw out of the camera. So yeah, this is the tiny lifter trying to keep up with little RC drift cars. Let me kill the audio for you, and I'll give you guys a little Epidemic Sounds jam. Oh, this is the one. See you guys on Wednesday. We'll do some fun shit. Maybe we'll do 2 builds on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do the Meteor 60, the Fractal 65 build, and the Mobula 6 HD0. No promises. Be good, friends. I love every single one of you. Like use my brothers from another's mothers. Later.